Hey guys, it's Adam Bielanski here, founder and CEO of Sierra Pacific Group, coming to you live from Florida. So I'm actually down in the Tampa area, and we are going to be talking about PitchIT today. And so I am excited to bring on my partner in crime,
Ah,
Sean Lardo.
I like significant other better.
Significant other,
That
partner
was
in
so
crime.
much
Hey,
better.
maybe
I felt more involved. I felt connected.
connected. It's 2023. We got to mix it up. So partner in crime this year.
Oh, well, you know what? You did mix it up. That intro video was really nice. I liked it. It was
It
kind of pumped up.
was.
I was waiting for like
Really
Sylvester
nice.
Stallone to jump through, or like Tom Cruise to like rappel off of a building like real quick and save something. Like I was excited. So good job
Yeah,
on that.
awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you. Something new, but also noticed that I had the Fiverr logo on there, so that's kind of bad. So I'll get that fixed up. Hey, this is our first live of the year together. It's been a
It
bit
is.
since we've been on, like a
I
long
know.
while.
Yeah, far too
So
long. I feel like I should
yeah.
sing like start
So
wooing like a song like an old school R&B. Woo 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 woo. Go on. Sorry. You know,
oh yeah. So Sean, again, let's
Adam.
intro yourself. Let's intro
So
yourself. Let's Sean. What do
intro
you
my.
do at ConnectWise?
Oh, hey, I'm Sean Lardo. I'm the economy evangelist at ConnectWise actually. But in this particular setting right now, we're here to talk about PitchIT, which is my baby. It's my program to run for ConnectWise, and so I am the MC, the game master, but I have real no responsibility in who moves forward. So we're clear. So anybody that applies, I'm not in charge of that. So
Awesome.
I host the
And
party.
so pitch it. Yeah, so pitch it. Let's dig in a little bit more. Let's define pitch it for the new listeners and new attendees to this broadcast. What is
Sure.
it?
Pitch it. Very simple. It is a Shark Tank concept at the end. It is a way for ConnectWise to give back to the community by bringing emerging vendors to the space for partners to be able to find. You know, the holistic aspect behind it is we're here to make sure that we're finding the vendors, giving them a place to actually to articulate what they're doing, to get some awareness, to find some business, hopefully, make sure they align with what our beliefs are, but also for the partners to find the MSP partners to find them as well. And
Mm-hmm.
but still, it is a competition. It is a Shark Tank competition. We go for a 60-week accelerator program where we take all the contestants that are on. Last year we had 18 of them. Don't know what the number will be this year. We're here to talk about that actually now. But whoever's in will go all the way up through 16 weeks of an acceleration program, incubator program with coaching every week from various practitioners within various different disciplines,
Mm-hmm.
from sales and marketing, business to mergers and acquisition to whatever. And the goal is to help them, find education, maybe fill in some gaps they weren't aware of, but also to do exactly what you did, what you and I did last year, bring them onto live streams like this to get some exposure, find some business for themselves, also get some feedback, get used to talk about themselves. But ultimately looking for 3 finalists out of that. The 3 best companies will move forward that can pitch, and the 3
Mm-hmm.
best ones will then compete live at IT Nation in November down in Orlando, where we'll select in order first, second, third place winners. That's what it's all about.
Nice. Pretty slick. So yeah, I mean, to rehash, there's 3 things that I know Jason McGee, CEO of ConnectWise, kind of brought up. And
Yep, no
so,
problem.
it's easier to do business with, and that, working with PitchIt, even more invest in the partner growth. Again, that's something, a pillar within PitchIt, and then more innovation faster. And that's literally the innovation is driven
That's
from the
everything.
PitchIt program. It touches every single point. Because
Absolutely.
everything is ConnectWise is also an ecosystem, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
a broad platform that is open and it is connected to many different things, right?
Well,
And
agreed. And
pitch it
well,
is part of that innovation piece.
absolutely. Well, ConnectWise, this is the reason why I came over is people laughed about us using the term economy evangelist, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when you think of ConnectWise has become an economy, right? There's a type of transaction at every different level within ConnectWise, not just always monetary. A transaction between trade-off of services and goods and whatnot, right? Just like if you're in your city you live in has an economy, right? It's the same rules apply there, and it's so vast at this point that it's and this is really one of the biggest takeaways. Um, yeah, everybody wants to win pitch it, right? But the reality is you're winning pitch it by really immersing yourself into the experience. When you submerge yourself
Mhm.
into this and go at it, all of our majority of our vendors that were involved last year all realized progress and profit as a result of the program. Not that we gave them the business, we just gave them a vessel. We helped them to find some places where they may not have found before. And being on web live streams with like you and other various people, and then being at Connect last year and just being involved, people start to source them out, and they realize the revenue, which is huge.
Oh yeah, it's a huge program, and I know specifically for the vendors that were involved. I took part in doing a workshop and also took part in doing a lot of live, and it's actually really awesome seeing the growth of where they started in the program and to where they actually finished, and seeing that end result. And I want to stress is it's intense. It's what, 16 weeks?
16 weeks of
It's
workshops and webinars and everything. Like when they sit down for the orientation call with us, we set the expectation. There's going to be a lot of invested in this from you on your time, and it's
Yep.
worth it. Again, they realized growth, they realized revenue. It was worth it for them in the end. But yes, it is a whatever you had set for your calendars is probably going to alter by being part of this, because there's expectations for you to grow. And I also I do want to thank you for your help, because you were a big part of it last year. You weren't even supposed to be. It was out of nowhere. I was like, hey, Adam, you want to do this? And you're like, sure. So I really appreciate it. And you were in it from the beginning all the way through to the
Yeah.
finals. So you actually did get to watch like the evolution, especially the finalists, because you were actually sitting there front row.
Yeah, it was fun. I did get to sit there and be the clock manager and press the
You were.
buttons. So that was my role. So it was great. A cheerleader to the judges. Unbiased input from me, of course.
Correct.
So,
Yeah. But and you were definitely a cheerleader. No, you were a welcomed addition and compliment to the program. So
yeah.
no, I appreciate it. But you got to be there. And I mean, think about what we were able to create from that. That room was packed with hundreds of people
It was
watching.
bad.
It was packed. And and we weren't in like the main room where everybody, we were
Yeah.
down the hall. And so that was just a testament to the work you and I did, the work that that all the participants did. I mean, there was a great, you want to talk about a community effort? That was a community effort, and everybody we had
Yeah.
from the Cameo coaches that helped out, that pushed it. I mean, think about the Cameo coaches. We had some serious star power on that.
hmm
You know,
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
yeah, we're getting.
So,
And go ahead. Sorry.
I was like saying it, if you're a software developer, if you're a vendor and you have an idea, you want to pitch it and apply to pitch it, you certainly can. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave this banner actually streaming, because I believe
Please.
we are taking open applications right now
We are.
at the PitchIT program, and we're looking for a killer year. We're going to have potentially a lot of significant opportunities to be able to, grow your business. I have seen these companies change significantly from last year. Doing what they're doing in the start of PitchIT. The expectation, is obviously there's a lot of work, but if you're just starting out and you want kind of a
I don't know if I'm frozen or Adam is frozen, so I'm going to talk as if he's frozen. So for those of you still watching, yes, no, we're saying he's frozen. So for those of you that are watching still, if you're seeing me or Adam, hopefully we're both talking about the same thing, which is you applying to PitchIT if you're a vendor. Yes, I think you were frozen, so I started just talking. Or
it was me. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You did.
So
I apologize.
no worries. I got you covered. I got you, boo. So when you look at it,
crocodiles around here and all that stuff. They're eating the wire.
I don't think that's the case, but sure, we'll go with that. So what Adam was saying is at the bottom of the screen, you'll see there's the link for vendors that are looking to figure out how to navigate the space and find success. This is a great opportunity for you to get in. FYI, it doesn't cost you a single thing to apply or to be in the program itself, as far as you're not spending any money. Okay. And if you haven't seen any other videos of any of the other contestants that are actually testifying to this, they will tell you that they got into this with one thought and totally came out with a different thought of what they the amount of what they've realized in potential. Again, we already know that ConnectWise has one of the best communities in the world, especially when you're going after MSPs. What a better way than get yourself quickly invested into it and to learn how to navigate it and actually find some results in a fast way than being part of this. It is not easy, so don't think you jump in and you just get a free ride to get all kind of business. This is work, but it's very good work. It's very good involvement, and you start to learn from your peers and meet up and start to expand.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And so, last year going through the program, so there was 3 judges, right? I don't know if they're the same judges this next year.
Nope.
Different.
Nope, they're not. They're different. So the head coaches and the judges will be different this year because variety is the spice of life. And we haven't made the announcement yet, but 2 of the 3 judges already agreed to be in it. And they're very, very well-known names, with a great wealth of experience that are very fitting for what we're doing, because they work on both sides of the house. They work with vendors and they work with partners. So they are they literally have the network experience to understand what people are looking for.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. And so, you want to see I want to see the swag, right? Let's see that shirt. Let's show us that shirt.
That's this. So wait, to be clear though, this is last year's shirt. Okay.
It is, yeah.
This is the theme for last year. We have a new theme, which I'm not allowed to announce yet, but it's already been agreed upon. And so there'll be announcements they made between who the judges are, the head coaches, the contestants, the slogan for the year. I mean, so yeah, this has become a very big thing. This is really think about how many people we saw and talked to us about this at IT Nation Connect that we didn't even think even knew what was up. There was a great deal of energy. Yeah. The vendors that were in the program last year, bar none, they were so amazing. I don't know how we really top it, but we're going to find out. We're going to push for it, and we're looking. Let's talk. Let's talk about how this has grown. Last year, like I said, I came to you and said, "Hey, do you want to do this with me?" And you said, "Sure, I'll live stream, absolutely." And you're like, "What is it?" We went through it. We broke down the program, right? Made sense. And you're like, "Okay, what do we do?" And we were like, "Let's try this stuff," right? And we went through interviewing them, and it went great. You did a great job with it. Now, as a result of the efforts from last year, we have 4 other communities that have asked and also agreed to be involved to do the same thing to get more experience and exposure for these vendors, which is great because
yes,
we have a finite network we talk to. You have your groups that you talk to, that your audience, but other people have other audiences, and nobody can ever get to all of them. So this just gives a great way for them to get there.
We should get all of them on one stream.
I want to. I still want to. Yeah. I want to do a panel discussion and have you guys, I'll MC it, and it's all about you guys. Talk about your involvement in communities. I think that'd be great because people need to understand what makes you guys tick and why you do it,
For sure, definitely. And so I remind everybody who's watching this that we are talking about PitchIT competition. The application window is open. Is it closed?
No.
When does it close?
It doesn't close to the end of April. You have ample time to get in. Now, to understand what's going to happen, this is the process. It's pretty simple. You'll apply with a short form. You'll get the auto response saying, "Thanks for the blah, blah, blah. Here's the long form. Fill it out," which gets into detail about your business. Once you complete that, that's when you actually applied. Not with the short form, but you have to have both forms submitted. We will get notification. We will making this. The application process is open until the end of April. We will not make any decisions on who makes it because we are vetting them. Okay. We will determine who the 2023 class will be before the end of the first week of May. You will be notified if you make it by then or if you did. We will start the program immediately the next week. We'll start the program because we have work to do. So make sure you guys are ready for that. And it's funny that we were going through, I'm saying this because we sat down and we were looking through the process last year, and we were pretty thorough. We saw some of the tweaks we had to do, right? And improve. I mean, like one of the tweaks was you and I, because we were traveling so much, was how do we do webinars? I mean, at one point I sat next to you.
That was great.
That was
What
great.
was that? It was
That was how I
Denver.
involved Denver.
Yeah,
Yes.
involved. Yeah,
So, so we now have a year under our belt. We've already made the improvements. We have a busier, more packed year this year for this. Like I said, we're literally we ran 30. I had this group that I was part of last year. We ran 38 webinar, podcast, live streams. Any of the above, right? 38. We did that in 6 months.
yeah,
Um, we had over 500,000 views on the collective just from our personal LinkedIn profile accounts between just me and Louie alone. And
yeah.
let me give a shout out to Louie and Andrea and Ashley because they're freaking amazing. Like they make it possible.
They
Um,
do. Yeah,
but because of that, we were able to produce those results. So 500,000 off of the things we did 38. We're looking at doing, like I said, 4 to 5 different communities. And it depends on how many contestants we get, will determine the amount we do. But we're looking at anywhere from 50 to maybe even 100 live stream podcasts or webinars.
let's make it. Let's just double it. Let's just make it 100. Let's make that our goal. Come on, Sean. We got to aim high. So
I'm yeah. That's I'll find time. Let me look at my no, I can't
for
fit that
sure.
all in.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll
There's
try.
always ways to solve problems.
I
So
agree, and I think I'm down for that. I honestly, it's just a matter of making sure that people pay attention to these people, these
yes.
vendors, because they're good for your stack alignment. And for you vendors that are watching, not sure, what are you waiting for? What do you have to lose? You should at least
Yep.
find out. You know,
Let me ask you this question.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So who should apply? Like, you've been a long time software vendor. You brand new to the program, just starting out. Like, break me down. Who's applying
I
or
mean,
who should apply?
we're looking for startups that are emerging technologies that have that fulfill the 3 promises that we mentioned before. That have whether they sell to or sell through partners, it doesn't matter. Again, it's just it's whatever they need. But you can't be a large company. Again, if you're a $50 million company, we're not looking for you. Okay. If you've been around in business for 30 years, but you just launched this to this space, that's startup. Okay. But if you're a 30-year business and you have $100 million, you're not startup. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's you're now an incubator within your own company, and that's great. Congrats. But we're looking for the smaller companies that are trying to figure it out. I will tell you, and you heard it in our interviews that we heard last year, venture to say 70, 80% of them were or are currently MSPs that were solving a problem for themselves that they found that they could use for others. And they built
Yeah.
that program. You know, the 1 or 2 years ago, Traceless, which I have their, yeah, Traceless right back there, the Frisbee. He's still a current MSP in New York. And now he's a
Mm-hmm.
vendor also. You know, Gene, he that's what he does. But, you know, again, if you're able to solve a problem for a partner, you can sell to or through to end user, whatever it is. We're looking for that. And you must be a startup. Everybody knows what startup is. So, but you could have been in business for 5 years. There are 5-year startups because they haven't really launched a product. Many of these MSPs actually that became vendors are 5 or 10-year startups because they've been focused on the MSP business for so long that this was kind of like, oh, I built this product and oh, Adam can use it, so I'm going to let Adam use it. And he's going to pay a little bit for it. And there's Joe, he'll use it too. But they never really took it to market. There's a
Yeah.
big difference. Once you go to market, I mean, you're a business owner, you know, you started off one way, you build some clients up, but you really didn't go to market. When you actually formalize and standardize and create a package, product and pricing, and you let the world know, that's when you actually went to market, right?
Yep.
That's
So
when
do you generally have to be a software developer to enter into this program?
no. I mean, it could be software, it could be SaaS based, it could be hardware. Again, if it's something that supports our ecosystem, is what we're looking for. You know, I'm not saying you'll qualify or not qualify, but we will review and see. Again, this is about making sure that these businesses are able, that our partners are able to succeed with your product. We're not looking for a coin operated business either. If you're not in it for the long haul, don't apply. You know, we don't want to see a fly by night. You know, we want them to be there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
think on that. I mean, we're very serious. If you're not, we will vet you out.
Nice. Okay. So apply. So when does this 16-week technically start? In May?
It'll start in May. So very simply put, like I said, I'm actually pulling up my calendar to give you dates.
Wow.
So application period ends April 30th, which is a Sunday. I believe that's also going into a holiday weekend, right? Somewhere along those lines. So by the end of the first week of May, which is the 5th, you will know if you're in the program or not. We will have a kickoff call, orientation call within the next week to a week and a half after that. So anywhere between the 10th and 17th at most, we will have an orientation call, but you will get delivered the entire syllabus of what we're doing once you have been accepted and once you accept that you're accepted.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. Then it's 16 weeks. Then that leads up into IT Nation Connect.
Well, 16 weeks, no. 16 weeks will lead up to us doing the preliminary face-off, which is the virtual
Oh, that's
event
right.
with Matt Solomon and group, which we are doing it with them again for the channel program. Where depending on how many compete, last year we did it for over 2 days, where we did 9 vendors each day, where MSPs will have the ability to vote for their favorite. There is a judging scale that's going on between MSPs that are voting publicly on who they like, watching the pitches. Also, we have judges that are affiliated with understanding all the intricacies. Yes, I know. I'm usually all right with that word. For some reason, it was a problem. It's like saying charcuterie. Yes, exactly. So there will be that to all these parties together will determine who the 3 finalists are. That'll happen at the end of August, first week of September-ish. Everybody will make the announcement by the second week of September at the latest. And that will turn into where they're assigned their head coaches. They'll work with them, all clear up to IT Nation in November.
Awesome. So, all right. So application again is open. Link is actually down below, and I just chatted it out to the social channels as well. So definitely look to apply if you're a vendor or just think that you might have a good innovation and a good product that you can launch here through PitchIT. You want to grow your business, understand kind of what makes businesses really tick in this industry. There's a lot of things you're going to learn over the next 16 weeks. How to present yourself, how to speak, how to present, prepare a presentation,
Absolutely.
like polish off the product. Like I bring you on live here and bring and just ask questions, that typically MSP owners are asking, technicians are asking, engineers, the service managers, those type of things, right? Because I've been in the industry for over 20 years. And so I think just asking some of those questions, again, I don't know the software to vendors. We had a mix from people who've been in the industry a while who knows what an MSP business is. And then we have other vendors that like, what's an MSP type? And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. And by the end, you're going to know that what the target market is. You're going to understand every one of those aspects. And so it's super important, but it's also super fun, right? I enjoy every moment we get to do this because it's so awesome just seeing people learn, engage with the community, and just seeing the starting points in some of these organizations to where they finished and pitching for 5 minutes is all they have to take their usually they start off about 30 minutes, and they're usually on my live stream just doing about 30 minutes and just kind of talking, and then it's like crafted down to 5 minutes for the final 3 contestants. It's like they nail it.
They do.
So.
Well, think about it. Put it in perspective for them. They have to. If you ask somebody what they do as a business, how many really are really good at their elevator pitch? Very few and far between, right? Because there's so much they want to tell you about what they do because there's so many exciting pieces behind it, right? And they have to trim it down to a 5-minute presentation, like you said. But the challenge is your presentation in this particular program is two parts. One is how do you sell to a partner? How do you make them understand what you do so they'll work with you? That's a presentation to itself. Then there's the other side. How do you present if you wanted to pitch for investors or acquisition? There's a lot of overlap, right? We know that, but there's a different conversation that happens on both sides. One is more financial, the other is more service driven. And so they have to learn that. And most of them do well with it at first, but there's so much fine tuning that you see and you watch it happen. Look at our 3 finalists and how much they changed in their presentation. how much more
Yeah.
comfortable they got. They were not comfortable in the beginning. Not like they were. They were comfortable, but they were like not like they were like hesitant. But towards the end, they were working the floor like they should. So yeah, so application process is open. It'll be open for quite some time, um, until the end of April. We already have people that have applied. We have a lot of applications already. So I would suggest you
Hmm.
get your application in. We will vet them out accordingly. I'm looking forward to it. I'm freaking super stoked about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's exciting. 2023 is really going to be awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
like I can't. It's like 2023. It's like, man, here we go. It's another. It's this. It's going to be fun. How many are we looking to get? So you said 18 last year. So you want to go
More.
30 or what? I want to hear a number. Like, let's aim.
Well, as many as possible is my answer because
Okay.
I don't want to turn anybody away. But yeah, I would like to keep it reasonably, to be able to give enough attention to everybody to have success. Because again, we're looking for people that are going to make it long term with us and have staying power. The only way we can is if we can set enough time aside to help them all grow. We're looking at we would like to take it up at least 25 or more. Let's just say that for now, you
Hmm.
know, because future plans could really, depending on how much this grows, could turn into a segmented competition between really specific technologies and use cases. There's a case to be made that we could have a cybersecurity competition one alone, and we could have a business continuity one alone. Ultimately could get there. Right now though, it's kind of like watching UFC. Remember when UFC first came out? It was any weight class, any style against each other for a tournament, and then they
Yeah.
eventually got so many they started to segment based off just like boxing and whatnot is based off weight classes and stuff like
Yep.
that, right? And so we're the UFC when it first came out. Anybody from
Yeah.
any industry, if you're a startup and you're trying to get there, that's what this is.
Perfect. Well, that's a wrap, Sean. That was like you just nailed it. So, if you're a vendor looking to, or a software developer, SaaS company, you're looking to get some exposure, you're looking to really grow your business and really launch it, apply to PitchIT. Link is down below, connectwise.com/VITnation/PitchIt. Accepting applications now till the end of April.
Yes.
And yeah, this is awesome. Thank you, Sean. It's always a pleasure to broadcast with you. And with that, let's wrap up with a little exit video here.
Wow. I'm excited.
I don't know. It's probably the same video.
Thanks, Adam. Can't wait.
Thank you, Sean.